Lately, what God has been trying to show me is denying my flesh. I've been struggling to deny myself. I have been falling back into my past sinful natures, my temptations, and I'm not proud of myself from it. The difference that I have noticed, though, is when I do fall back into them, I feel gross. I feel like I've really hurt the Lord, whereas before, I think like part of me was aware that I was hurting him, but a part of me also, and it's so bad to say, but I think a part of me kind of just didn't really care, or it just turned like a blind eye, you know? When you know you're doing something wrong and you shouldn't be doing it, but you want to do it, so you continue to do it. That was me. And sometimes it still is me. And so God has been showing me that in order for me to defeat that, I have to turn to him. I have to not try to fight these things out of my own will, out of my own strength, but fight them through his strength and mainly through his Holy Spirit. Something I've come to realize is that there's two opposing forces when trying to deny yourself. God calls us to take up our cross, to deny ourselves daily. It's not just a one-time thing. It's a daily thing. And the reason why is because there's our flesh that is sinful by nature, and then there's the Holy Spirit. And when you decide to accept Christ into your life and decide to turn away from your old life, that's when the two opposing spirits come into action. And then it gets to a point where it's the old you, your sinful nature you, and the Holy Spirit. So when you are trying to do better in life, for example, you want to start getting healthier, so you want to go to the gym as opposed to spending the afternoon at home watching Netflix. You want to start getting to the gym to work out and just get your body physically in shape. What happens? That old you, the old nature of you sitting down, enjoying your shows, enjoying your movies, starts fighting the new version of you that wants to go and start putting in the work to get healthier. And in the beginning, there's a little bit of fight there. You might be good for a couple of days, and then you might fall off, and then you might start back up again. But eventually, if you continue to stick to it, you end up developing a habit out of it, and you end up not skipping any days, and you continuously go to the gym, and you start seeing the physical results that you actually want to see. And in that same regards, it's the same thing for food, for example. Like when, again, now you're not only trying to get healthy physically, but you're trying to eat healthier. The old you wants to eat sugar, wants to eat all the bread, it wants to eat the bad carbs, and the new you is fighting you and saying, okay, that's not what you should be eating. How about we grab, some spinach, put some onions in your eggs, grab an apple as opposed to a cookie. There's a fight there. When you want to buy the apple, but the cookie comes in play, and the cookie's yelling your name, but the new you saying no, grab the apple instead. So that's exactly what happens when you're coming to Christ. When you come to Christ, it's your sinful nature, the flesh, that starts fighting the Holy Spirit, because the flesh doesn't want you to come to Christ. It doesn't want you to be led by the Holy Spirit. It doesn't want you to do the things that God desires for you to do. It wants you to continue living in sin. It wants you to continue destroying yourself, destroying your body, destroying your spirit, and so that in the end it eventually just, again, leads to destruction and leads to death. And that's exactly what the flesh wants from you. God calls you to be different. God calls you to not do that, because he knows the pain that it'll bring. He knows the destruction that it brings to your life. He knows how much further away it separates you from him, and he wants you for his kingdom, and which is why he doesn't want you doing those things. It's why he gives us the Holy Spirit and to help us to fight your sinful nature. So he's been showing me that fighting my sinful nature isn't gonna happen just because I love him. I love God. I love Jesus with all my heart. But how many times do we love somebody and we still hurt them? We still, lie to them. We still do things behind their back that we know would hurt them. We just hurt people that we love because we're evil. We're evil by nature, and that's our sinful nature. We're evil by nature. And when we recognize that we have evil thoughts, we have evil actions, we have an evil being within us, is when we start to say, like, love isn't enough for me to step away from my sinful nature. Love is the reason why I want to step away from my sinful nature, but it's not what's going to make me step away from my sinful nature. What will make me step away from my sinful nature is, number one, the Holy Spirit, and number two, recognizing that I need the Holy Spirit because I'm evil. I want to do these evil things, but I also love the Lord more than my evil desires. And I want to follow the Lord. I want to do as he wishes for me. I want to please him. There's a Bible verse that talks about this. It's actually in Galatians. And it says, "So I say, let the Holy Spirit guide your lives. Then you won't be doing what your sinful nature craves. The sinful nature wants to do evil, which is just the opposite of what the Spirit wants. And the Spirit gives us desires that are the opposite of what the sinful nature desires. These two forces are constantly fighting each other, so you are not free to carry out your good intentions." So right there it just says that, again, there's two forces, the Holy Spirit and the evil sinful nature. And when you decide to be led by the Holy Spirit, God will pour his Holy Spirit into your life. You will be surrounded by the Holy Spirit, and he will renew your mind. He will give you a new heart, and you will no longer desire the things that your sinful nature desires. You will naturally start to desire the things of God, and it'll become easier over time. It'll, like, just like the gym or just like eating healthy, it's gonna be a little bit of a fight, but the more that you enforce the Holy Spirit within you, the stronger you become in fighting these things. And it gets to a point where you go days without, drinking, without lusting, without cursing, without getting mad for no reason. And it kind of just clicks, like, wow, I've been doing this because I'm being led by the Holy Spirit. I no longer have these desires because I'm being led by the Holy Spirit. I have the desires of the Holy Spirit in me now. And over time, like, it isn't even a part of you anymore, because you have become a part of Christ. And it's just, again, like, recently, this is something that Jesus has been revealing to me. This is something that him and I have been working through together. I'm still failing at times, but I know I'm getting stronger at it. I know that it's a slow process. For me, at least, it's a slow process, a very slow process. And Jesus has been so patient with me. He's been so nurturing every time I fall. And that's the main thing too. Like, every time you do fall, because we all will fall, every time I fall, I just turn to him. Because the thing with falling into, like, the old you, the old, like, temptations that you once had, the enemy wants you to fall in that, so that when you do fall in it, you become shameful and you don't even want to turn to Christ. You say, I'm not good enough to be even talking to you, Jesus, right now, so I'm just gonna not do that. And Jesus says, I want you to talk to me. You messed up, but I'm here for you. I want to love you through it. I want to show you how much better you can be. I want to heal the parts of you that want to keep doing that thing that you know you don't want to do. And every time that we do fail, every time that I fail, I'm starting to learn to not be ashamed. I'm starting to learn to turn to Christ because He accepts me through the dirt that I put myself in, with all the mud that I cover myself in every time I go and I sin like that. He's always there willing to wash me. He's always there willing to renew me, pick me back up, and put me back out there even stronger than what I was before. And it's just a beautiful thing to experience that growth with Him. The fact that I'm changing, and the fact that I'm growing into somebody new. Like, there's so many things about me now that a year ago I wasn't even like desiring for myself. It's just like, you know, when you grow up and you don't like broccoli, and then one day you just start loving broccoli, and then that's like the only thing you eat, just broccoli. That's exactly what's happening. Like, He's just renewing me. He's continuing to just pour a new spirit within me, and it's a great thing to see, and I can't wait to see what's coming.